in these times of crisis, it's not only a health crisis. For many people, many companies, it's a crisis of to survive or not to survive. So in times of crisis, liquidity planning is one of the most important tools. Therefore, I want to share with you a nice Excel spreadsheet to plan and simulate cash flows and profits. What you can see here is a driver tree with two branches. We have the upper branch, which shows the result account. This is the cost of sales method. You could use your contribution accounting or however your result account is structured. The lower part here shows the working capital, stock, receivables, liabilities, down payments if applicable. You see the investments? Well, in times of short liquidity, anyway, you will not have too many means of investing. But perhaps there's disinvestment possibilities to gain money and liquidity to survive. I have set the financing to 0. So at the end, when you see the cash flow of the period, this is where we see that we generate cash flow, or in times of crisis, we will need cash flow. How do you use it? After you've put your numbers in, you simulate always in the second cell. So let's assume that sales is going down by 20%. And I assume now for the moment that also my cost of goods are going down by the same 20%. We will see the impact immediately on our result and finally calculate it through down to our cash flow. Now we could simulate which actions help to catch up, to compensate the loss of sales. If I keyed in here now my minus 10% on fixed costs, we will see in my example that it's not good enough and we would try other actions to compensate as good as possible. Or if we need liquidity, what will be the effect if we pay our suppliers 10 days later? As another way we can simulate. So use the driver tree to turn different cells around, which are your parameters, to see what is the effect on profit and cash flow. If you want to top it, you might decide to apply the so-called Monte Carlo simulation, which allows that I put in ranges like, well, sales can be between X and Y. My costs can be between X and Y. Think of raw material fluctuation. My stock or receivables can fluctuate between X and Y. And then this Monte Carlo simulation would calculate 1,000 times the different options and give you as a result probabilities in the sense of, well, what is to be expected, which result and or cash flow would I receive in 80% of the possible combinations and options. I hope that this tool will carry you through a possible crisis or use it for your liquidity and profit planning or budgeting conference, also in good times, not only in times of crisis. You find this template in my video description where you can download the ready-made Excel for you.